Game plan with this deck is very much win through fatigue, which is probably not the most exhilarating all the time, but it could be a little fun. I've seen some people have some ridiculous amounts of fun with this deck, so that is good. Oh boy, coining out what? And coining out some more 1/1s. I think honestly, against the deck that we're going, that we're playing, that we're going up against, I think we could be in a good situation. We're going to have lots of AoEs. This deck list does only run 1 Brawl. So we only get 1 draw here, it looks like. Oh my goodness, we're getting 3 draws. And that is surprising, or at least let's call it 2. There's no guarantee that there's going to be a third, obviously. We could do multiple draws right now, though. I kind of like that idea. We can get multiple draws out of the way right now. Sleeping with Fishies, we get the 1 hit, we get the second one. We also get that draw, and that's going to be a nice play for next turn. So I kind of like the idea of slamming down the Blood Mage just for extra cycling more than anything else. And of course, then with this deck, we also have the Skulking Geist, which synergizes negatively with our Whirlwinds, but honestly, that's not really too much of a concern for us. Much like, there are issues here. Oh, there we go. There's one of our, that's part of our win condition showing up right now, so that's nice. Scourgelord is nice. We get a bunch of AoE in. We will punch through that taunt. We're not really expecting many more taunts to be coming our way. At least I don't think, at least not right now. Our opponent's already played both Righteous Protectors. So I think we could be okay for eliminating the Steward Darkshire. And if not, well, yeah, there's going to be that. That's okay. Well, our opponent wants to draw, so that kind of works for our game plan here. We've drawn a little bit fast here. And if our opponent wants to draw with us, I'm totally okay with that as well. Ooh, that's an interesting play. Unfortunately, we have no more draws to be doing here. Do we want to burn 1 Cold Light? What's our opponent at? Goes 8-9. We go 9. We go 8-9 as well. I think we'll wait. We'll see if we can't fatigue our opponent, or at least mill our opponent 1 card. If we're going to actually be doing the Cold Light before our before we actually go ahead for our cycling into the late game. That was actually really strange that our opponent actually opted for the Divine Favor. I feel like it was almost obvious as to what it is that we were playing there, but that's okay. Whoa. And then this will be okay as well. Let's just change some of that there. We don't want this. There we go. And now we're fully ready to get going. Okay. Yeah, our opponent's got a... Oh, this is not ideal for us. We're just simply kind of out of things. We can leave that. I mean, I feel like we can attack here in armor. We'll take this 2 damage, and if this does get buffed, it can get executed. I mean, whether or not we want to cycle and execute, I mean, we have 1 Dead Man's Hand, but once we get our second one, then we have to think about doing more cycling. Until that point, there's no point in really worrying about it, I don't think. Otherwise, we're just going to be looking for, we're looking for more cycle at this point. We have another Acolyte in our deck. We have the Battle Rages, which are at least activated for 1 draw right now. Like, obviously, if the ideal, we top deck like an Acolyte. We play it, we break this. Well, there we go. Blessing of Kings. We take a bit to the face, but then we also just execute this down, so that's nice. I think that was probably the Blessing of Kings that our opponent was hovering over their own. Well, that's just more annoying than anything. Do we want to draw off of this? I feel like we kind of do. Battle Rage is also kind of something good to do. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Acolyte is also something nice to do, but this needs to get executed. So I feel like that's going to be more important. Return that to hand. Oh, well. And then we'll just go ahead and armor up here. And we'll just say go. Because our opponent's up to a high amount of cards. Maybe we could have thought about setting up some sort of mill there. But maybe we'll be able to set up a mill for this coming turn. We're definitely not going to Dead Man's Hand yet. Because I think we'll be able to... Oh, boy. Oh, boy, indeed. Shield block could be good. Or are we going to burn? We're going to burn cards now if we do it this way. Do we need to do Whirlwind first? Let's shield block first and see what we get. That's our second Dead Man's Hand. We almost could Dead Man's Hand now. I don't think we're supposed to, because we're only supposed to want to Dead Man's Hand our best cards, I believe, is how we talk about it. I don't think we would want a Dead Man's Hand Scourgelord. We would like the Brawl, to be honest. Having a second Brawl against Paladin with so many cards would be good. I don't think we need the Acolyte, but getting the extra Cold Light, absolutely. How many cards is that going to be? We can't even slam down the Acolyte right now because we're just full on cards. So maybe we just get rid of this. We throw out that Whirlwind. We'll get rid of this. We'll AoE that down. This can definitely draw us too many cards, so we're stuck not doing a Sleep with the Fishies. Maybe. Maybe not. But I feel like this is going to be okay. Maybe then this coming turn we'll try and activate Scourgelord. Maybe we can go Scourgelord, Dead Man's Hand. Yeah, that seems reasonable. The 4 attack gets rid of both of our opponent's minions here, so that'll be a good thing for us. Oh, that's less ideal, but... Speaking of less ideal, that's going to be quite a bit of damage we're taking right now. How do we do this then? I mean, we can do Scourgelord. AoE, which is not ideal. We can do Scourgelord, hit. Sleep with the Fishies doesn't do enough. Yeah, we're not going to have enough armor if we go ahead for the Scourgelord play right now. Our opponent's also not getting milled if all we do is the Cold Light. The Brawl I think we need to save or Dead Man's Hand, which again we don't want to do yet. Especially since our opponent is obviously running buffs. That's going to be a little bit suboptimal. If we burn our Brawl, I think we're just in way too much trouble right now. I wonder where we went wrong. I feel like we went wrong earlier on in this game. Because I feel like this is almost a lost cause here. Maybe we'll just do it this way. Maybe we have to go. Maybe this is the winning play here. Because we still clear out a few of our opponent's minions and a few of our opponent's things. Even if our armor and our overall health total is a little bit lower. A little bit below what we were hoping it would be when we activate here. Knowing that we have only one shield block left. Yeah, we'll see. There's still a chance here for this game, obviously. Especially with our opponent taking that draw off of that Divine Favor. I think the Divine Favor is going to have more to do with... It's going to have more to do with us having a chance at being successful here as much as anything. Yeah, that's a scary card. There's no doubt about it. Oh, there's an Execute as well. How good... How good would that be? We can do this. This is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe that's reasonable. We shuffle things back into our deck. The issue is... Yeah, the issue is we have something like Bring It On, but Bring It On's fine. Having extra Bring It On is fine for the late game so that we survive. And then I wonder if we do Bring It On now, because we're emptying most of our opponent's... We're emptying most of our opponent's board here. So maybe that's reasonable. Okay, well, Dead Man's Hand. Do we want the Acolyte, though, even shuffled back in? And I'm going to say no, because that's going to be way too slow. We'll Dead Man's Hand this. We will hit here. We're going to attack in this way, and then we're going to execute our friend Tyrion. Knowing full well that we are taking quite a bit of damage, but it's also good that we have these extra cold lights. We're going to be able to burn some cards here. Oh, hey, Luke. Thanks, I'm glad I'm streaming too. How's it going, man? I've been loving the streaming though, to be honest with you. Streaming's been super fun. It definitely a deck like this is as much as like I love these control decks, like this is the extreme of control fatigue. I don't know how much I would do this on my own necessarily. But overall the streaming's been a blast. I wonder if we're still in trouble here. That could be scary. We're going to get at least one draw. I mean, we're going to have to bring it on here just to get some armor back as much as we don't want to. Oh, there's an execute. Execute something at least. Public defender's also something. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can burn a couple cards from our opponent, but how high do we get then? Yeah, this is a hard deck. Yeah, I totally agree. This is a super hard deck. I'm definitely going to take a few games before I get the hang of it. And I have a couple different lists actually here ready to go. I have 2 different deck lists. One of them has N'Zoth. But yeah, this one I definitely feel like I've made at the very least, a few misplays along the way. It doesn't tell me how many cards got discounted. That's all right. Do we want to dead man's this? We can go 8 and 9 again, so that'll be pretty good. I should have done my AoE ahead of time. That's an oops. Oh, we've got a lot of bring it on right now. Oh, we actually can dead man's now because we have both in hand. We'll go ahead and do that. We've got a bunch of brawls now. Only one more oracle, but that's okay. And I think I'll hang on to the weapon. Especially in the event that this ends up being a... those weren't as good burns as we were hoping for, to be honest. Those were definitely not the... those are not the ideal. Consecrates. Those are okay, I guess. That's an okay turn. We'll see what else happens here. Couple bring it ons. Oh, that's a cool card. That is not a card we see every single day. This is also not... This is also not a good spot for us to be in. We could burn some brawls. Maybe we don't want to. Are we going to Bladestorm first? I think we can Bladestorm first. There we go. Redemption. Yeah, that's something that's going to happen. We can brawl. We can spend 1 brawl, I think, and then public defender afterwards. I think that's almost reasonable. It really sets us up to getting... Did we just see? Yeah, I did. I saw. Yeah, that's weird. That's true, Luke. Yeah, we have seen a few Guardians of the Kings lately. I don't know why. Oh, that's the worst one for us to see, isn't it? We're going to have to hope that... Let's just hope that we don't get taken out. That is weird that we've seen 2 Guardians of the Kings. Maybe they're making a comeback and we didn't even know. Blessing of Kings. We've got that execute. We got an execute, so that's good. I think, is this our last execute now? Or have we shuffled one? Yeah, maybe this card's making a comeback and we didn't even know that. How much did that heal? Does it not tell us if it's full? This is fine. We have a whole bunch of health here. Oh boy, Skulking Geist. I can't imagine this hurts our opponent that much. So maybe we don't play it. Or maybe we do just play it. We burn one of our Whirlwinds, but honestly, we don't want Whirlwind anymore. We have Whirlwinds. Oh, let's see what else we got. Getaway Kodo and Lost in the Jungle. That's cool. Those are both cards that we got rid of from our opponent. And then we'll gain some armor. We'll give our opponent some Emperor Thorsan activation. The only reason why I'm comfortable doing that, really, is because we have the Brawl. is because we know if our opponent now, they have all these super cheap cards in their hand, they just flood the board, we can just brawl it all away, which is very nice. And if they're slightly weaker minions, then we can go ahead and hero power into Sleep with the Fishies. There we go. There's that equality. Ooh, getting equality with this hero power would be a little bit busted. Obviously not something that ever gets to happen. Oh my goodness. That's a big minion indeed. Does it tell me how much it came down for? It just came down for 5? I don't believe you. How do we do this now? We have one more Cold Light in our deck. Oh, this 5 health is really, really awkward, isn't it? Like, am I just going to eat that and then bring it on? I think so. Oh my. We can almost play everything out here. I mean, this, yeah, you know what? Sleep with the Fishies is awkward. I feel like we got to do this as bad as this is. Like, I don't like this play, but I think like it might be the best thing that we have going. We can bring it on here. We've got a few top decks that are very reasonable. Yeah, we'll just say go at this point. Our opponent's basically out of cards. The Cold Lights are going to add up really, really quickly. There might be some dead cards in our opponent's deck. Like if they have, oh my goodness, what is the 8 mana? The 8 mana draw 3 cards, heal. Like our opponent might just simply have dead cards right now. Oh boy, here we go. Justice. Public Defender, I'll take it. Sleep with the Fishies. Do we need to shuffle a Public Defender? I think not. And we'll just say go here. Maybe we do need to play the Cold Light sooner than later, actually. Oh, this could be bad. That looks like it could be bad. Okay, that's not honestly not as bad as it could have been. And we saved one of the Sleep with the Fishies, which is nice. We do have one Dirty Rat in the deck. Not necessarily sure why. Oh, we've got to play one of these now. Or we do this first. I think we'll Bladestorm first. I changed my mind. We're not going to. We need to find some cards right now. And we have one more Brawl, so we could honestly Dirty Rat Brawl. I ain't talking. Not on my watch. How much does this clear right now? This clears quite a bit if we just go Bladestorm, Sleep with the Fishies, right? It clears a lot of our stuff, admittedly, but it's not even that strong. It sure does clear out a lot of our opponent's big minions, though, especially the Guardian of the Kings, to be honest. And that's really like the biggest threat at this point. I don't know what else. Maybe our opponent should have a Rag, right? Like our opponent should have one more Ragnaros. This is our last Cold Light. That's going to be a bit of damage. If we don't find some of our other Bring It Ons, which I think we have 2 of in the deck. In our deck, we've shuffled back in. We have a Shield Block still in here, I think. I wonder, would I Dead Man's Hand right now? Yeah. Oh, we really need some help right now, don't we? Hey, bring it on. There we go. We're feeling pretty good. We can definitely... would we Dead Man's now? I think we can. I don't think the game's going to go much longer. So I think we're okay here. We'll AoE. We'll bring it on. And we can... we'll hang on to Sleep with the Fishies. Let's draw a couple more cards here. And we got another Sleep with the Fishies, so it doesn't matter that much. And this is armor as well. And our opponent's fatigue is basically just racking up like crazy right now. Hey, One Girl, how's it going? We're just enjoying a little bit of fatigue. A little fatigue. Dead Man's Hand Warrior here. It looks like we might pull out a win. As surprising as this looks right now. Our opponent's going to have a lot of healing, but they're already at 5 fatigue. So... we should be able to pull this one out. We can Sleep with the Fishies first. I don't even know if this matters at this point. We should draw. And this is our last cold light. So the question is, our opponent takes 6, 7, and 8. 7 and 8 is 15, 20. The chances of drawing another dead man's, I think this is okay. Yeah, this is definitely a hard deck to play. There's no doubt about that. Our opponent takes the 5 and the 6. We will draw once more dead man's. And then we're just gonna say go. And our opponent's taking a 7. Maybe we misplayed that there. Horsemen, I doubt that the horsemen are going to end up mattering. Our opponent's just going all in here. I mean, they have to with the heals and everything. Bring it on next turn, or do we lose? Well, we're not going to lose this turn now. Dead man's. I think we just guarantee a board clear here, right? Like, there's no reason to do anything fancy. Dead man's. And then we can gain our 10 armor afterwards, just so we have a better chance of drawing into it again. So now there's 2 Bring It Ons in here. This deck is just really forcing me to pay attention. What else is in our opponent's hand? Probably some sort of draw stuff, right? Some sort of draw. Oh boy. So our opponent can't do any more damage to us, can they? Yeah, I think we misplayed that along the way there. We should have been able to... I should have saved one of the extra cold lights for shuffling. Deal 3. Draw. Well played. Yeah, we definitely misplayed somewhere along the lines there. But, you know what? We'll take that quick win. Well, that wasn't quick. Who am I kidding? That was like a 20-minute game. That's the opposite of a quick game.